Hello, in this video I want to get us acclimated to Illustrator. So to do that we're going to create a new file. You can either do that over here, or if this window is hidden we can do it up here in this file new. And we are looking for a 4.5 inch by 4.5 inch RGB file, which creates this. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is, well, actually the very first thing we're going to do is just make sure we're all kind of working in a similar workspace. So there's different layouts that Adobe has saved to do different tasks. We're going to just work with Essentials, and I'm going to reset it because on the lab machine or even on my own laptop, maybe it's doing something different. So reset Essentials. And then the first thing I'm going to do is make a rectangle. So I selected this tool over here, the rectangle tool. And if you roll over something, there's little videos. You can learn more about it. It also shows you the hotkey. So that's the R tool. And here is the rectangle. So I've drawn it. There's little handles here. I can kind of change the height or the width or the height and width simultaneously. If I want to preserve the proportion, I can hit Shift. And we could learn a little more about what's going on with this rectangle. So over here, we have the appearance menu. This over here, this properties thing is context aware. It's going to update based on whatever you're doing and populate it with tools and information that the software thinks is helpful to you. Here we see that it has a white fill and a black stroke of 1 point. You can also see over here that there's a fill and a stroke. And another place where we can see this is the appearance window. And I really like this one because it gives you the most information. Another thing you can do is kind of dock menus. You can make them smaller if you want, right? Make them really small. Yeah, it's up to you. So let's just keep it like that. So we got a white fill and a black stroke. So if I want to get rid of this fill, I can go over here and click it and hit this, which empties it. If I want to get rid of the stroke, I go like this, and now it's gone, right? I can't see it. I could still select it, but it's gone. So to kind of see what's happening under the hood, what the actual vector shapes are in your image, you can hit Command Y. And that is also under View, Preview, I guess. Command Y. Anyway, this shows you the kind of wireframe of what's happening in your scene, and this can be really helpful when you're doing more complicated stuff, or if you're kind of lost something, like for example this rectangle here. If I want to reset it back to its default state with a black outline and a white fill, I hit D, and I can't say anything because I'm in preview mode. I'm going to get out of it and hit Y. All right. And another really handy hotkey is X. So if I hit X, it toggles between the fill and the stroke. And if I want to swap the fill and the stroke, I hit Shift X. It's also very helpful. To turn something off, you just hit /. So those, gonna have a million hotkeys to learn, but those are pretty handy. D, / to remove, Shift X to flip, and X to toggle stroke and fill. All right. Okay, so the last thing I want to do before we move on is I kind of skip these, but you have a selection tool. So V, or you can click over here, select, so I can select my box. I also, if I go towards the corner, you can see the cursor changes, and I can also rotate my object. And if I hit Shift, it'll constrain it to 45-degree angles. So that's the the selection tool. But what if I wanted to move just one vertex of this? How would I do that? So that to do that, I go to the direct select tool. And for that, you can select individual components and move them around. All right. Yeah, and I'll end this one there.